F-Zero 99 has just been revealed and released, and you already know, I love it. I've been having a ton of fun with it, playing it on stream and off stream. It's a really good game, but it's definitely brought some questions to the table. Like, is this what F-Zero exists as now, or is this like a new beginning for the series? And that's kind of what we're here to talk about today. Just have a quick discussion about what the future of F-Zero looks like, what we can maybe expect from Nintendo in the coming few years. The way I see it now, it's a bit of both. F-Zero 99 is the only F-Zero game in Nintendo's like mind right now. It's the only F-Zero game they're going to support in the future, but they're also using F-Zero 99 as a way to gauge support for a new F-Zero game if the series is viable in the modern age, which of course it is, but Nintendo has to put in the work. Nintendo has to make sure that F-Zero 99 is a success and has a great update path to make sure that F-Zero actually has a future as a game series. Speaking of that update path, what does that look like? And what can we expect to come to the game to keep it fresh and keep new players coming in, returning players coming back? For me, an ideal update path is support for about 1 to 2 years with very like substantial content being brought into the game to make it more of a full-fledged experience rather than one mode and then a few other things that you can do. First of all, of course, it's going to come to Switch 2. I want to see support last until that console releases. I want to see them get on there day one, have, you know, a few big online games for people to play. So whether you bought the Switch 1 or haven't touched it for a while and you get on Switch 2, you have something online to play, whether it's Splatoon 3 or Tetris 99 or F-Zero 99, whatever you want to play, there is something for you there. This will also allow people who buy Switch 2 to get acquainted with F-Zero. They can say, hey, F-Zero 99 is one of our big online games provided for you for free on NSO. And on top of that, if you go into our virtual catalog through NSO, you can play the original F-Zero, you can play F-Zero N64, and hopefully eventually GX. Beyond that, I think there's a lot of other stuff they should add, like new vehicles, new tracks. Those should be pretty regular additions to the game. And I think a way to keep a lot of things fresh is, of course, let Nintendo make their own original tracks for the game, original vehicles, original tracks, keep expanding on F-Zero, but also adapt some of the vehicles and tracks from the later F-Zero games into that original F-Zero style. I think that'd be really, really cool. We also absolutely need new modes. We already have 2 leaked modes, which is Survival and Arcade. Arcade, we're not sure what that is yet, but I'm sure we'll find out in the coming months. And then Survival seems to just be a full-on Battle Royale. Who's ever living last wins the race. Those are a great start, but I also think we need to add a few other modes. First of all, adding private lobbies would be great. Allow friends to play with their friends, race each other. They fill the room with bots if it's only like a few people. Allow streamers to play with their viewer base. They'll get the game out more. They'll make people want to play it more. They'll make more downloads. You know, I also think adding a duos and a squads mode would be really cool. It could kind of play similar like Team Sonic Racing, released back in 2019, where you have teams of like 2 to 4 against a bunch of other teams. These teams can coordinate together to help each other win the race, and placement is kind of what matters, but also you'll get points based on other things that you do. You know how it has like those points at the end that show you like what's adding up to your new XP score and everything? Let those be used to determine where your team places. So if somebody gets a high placement, but their friend, like, dies, crashes out in the middle of the race, but got a bunch of points for killing people, then let those points contribute to their overall score, you know? I also think adding a boost trail to duos and squads would be a really good idea, since we could have the player that's first ahead of their partners leave a boost trail behind, so the partners can use it to get ahead and coordinate better what to do in the race. Also, there should absolutely be a time trial mode. This could be what arcade mode is, considering it has time gates in its code. But if it's not, time trial mode is a must. That's something that should be in every racing game. It's so much fun. Put some of Nintendo's ghosts in there, the same way they do with Mario Kart. Put leaderboards, make sure that people can fight with us. And maybe one day we'll see one of those Mario Kart Wii-style documentaries for it on YouTube. Oh, also, add an offline mode, just for accessibility. Somebody doesn't want to play online, or if they're on a road trip, want to play some F-Zero 99, just let them. It doesn't really matter, you know. Fill the room with bots. That's all right. The way I see it, by the end of its life, F-Zero 99 should be a fully fledged game that can stand up to like your average Mario Kart game in terms of content. But now, what's after 99? What comes later? Like I said earlier, Nintendo is absolutely looking at the downloads and the performance of 99 to determine the future of the series. Is it viable in the modern age? Will people buy a game for $60 that has F-Zero and Captain Falcon on the cover? Will people be excited for F-Zero in the future? Obviously, if Nintendo wanted it to work, they could make it work. You can make any game work in the modern age. You just have to work for it. Me personally, I'm not super sure. I don't know what Nintendo expects the performance of 99 to be like. I don't know what their update path looks like. I don't know how long they plan to even support 99. We know 99 needs to be a decent success for F-Zero to get anywhere at this point. So all we can do is hope that people hop on. And Nintendo will decide what they want to do from there. Whether they want to give F-Zero another chance and finally, you know, make it the big series that it should be. Or just leave it as 99 and maybe make another 99 later for Switch 2. Maybe make F-Zero 99 GX and it's in the GX style. I don't know. For now, only time will tell. So do me a favor and download F-Zero 99. Play a few matches for me. Alright? Do me that solid. I want to see F-Zero become as big as Mario Kart, you know? I didn't record an outro for this, so with that, the video is done. Bye. Bye. Go away. Go away now, bye. So long. See you later.